Good morning to all in the Marmy Army this morning. It is Sunday, the 23rd of June. I don't need to look at a calendar. I can tell by the changing of the seasons exactly what it is and where I've got to go. It's the Leamington Half Marathon this morning. Why has Leamington become such a regular feature on the MARM schedule? No idea. Don't even like it. I like Leamington, but I can't remember anything about this course. And there have been a couple of logistical problems over the years. In case you're new to this channel, a couple of years ago, the organisers of the Leamington Half Marathon Raceways misplaced an entire toilet block. No toilets arrived. I think the year before that to delay the start because there was a farmer on the course. I mean, farmers are just as entitled to run a race as everybody else. And last year, to make up for the toilet mishap, I think they ordered 3 Thunderboxes to go around 3,000 people. You do the math. You only need somebody who's, had a steak the night before and you've got a real log jam, literally a log jam. And they did. People are dropping all sorts of stuff out in people's back gardens, everything. It's survival of the fittest. You've got to do what you can. So what's new this week? Well, yesterday, my twin daughters, who are both 11, funnily enough because they're twins, we took them for a socialization experiment. They're starting to spread their wings. They're starting to flee the nest. So the one twin went off with her mates to the retail park. How exciting. My wife took them off. And I was left with the other twin to go shopping in Solihull with one of her mates. Now, it was a socialization sort of lesson, really. And I took guidance from my wife and said, how am I going to manage this? And she said, well, look, it's really important that they think that they're being independent, So when they go into shops and stuff, either wait outside or follow them in, but at a kind of safe distance, maybe just sort of just stay out of the way, so that they think that they're going around on their own and they've got their own money and all that sort of stuff. All right. I'll do that then, shall I? It's not going to look too dodgy at all, is it? A 48-year-old bloke following 2 11-year-old girls into Claire's, Boots, Superdrug, just kind of lurking behind shelving units, waiting for them to leave the shop and then following them again. No, not dodgy at all. In fact, the security guards that have been on their game, by rights, I should have been face down on the pavement, surrounded by people jostling me and calling me things. But as it was, no one batted an eyelid. It's reassuring, isn't it? And the thing is, I know for a fact as well, that had I been caught for that, my own kid would have turned the other cheek. Is this your dad? Nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do with me. Right, well, that's your Go Henry card suspended, young lady, isn't it? Once I get out of prison, you're in big trouble. Your £5 weekly allowance is gone. Right, let's head into Lemo. Not looking forward to this, even though it's the first race of 5 in 4. It gives me an excuse to go and see my friend Bobos. Love going to see Bob. Park my car outside his house, block him in, ruin the rest of his Sunday, essentially hold him to ransom. If he wants my car off his drive, he's got to have a coffee with me. That's the price. It's the price that he's had to pay. Right, well, the sun is keeping off at the moment as we speak. It looks faintly overcast, but I know it probably won't stay like that. Just parked the car at lovely Bobos's house. He's going to meet me at the end. What a week this week has been. Difficult week for many people, including our esteemed leader Gareth Southgate. You just got to find a way to fit square pegs in round holes, Gareth. Find a way to manage that world-class talent, to find a formation that suits them all the best. Your predecessors have managed it. It's not a new thing. England have always had world-class players. Look at Graham Taylor. Right, if you want inspiration, look at Taylor. Look at what he managed to do. You find a system. Lee Dixon, right wing back, wasn't his natural position. Lee Sharp on the other side, an experiment, wasn't his natural position, but you've got to harness talent like that. Jeff Thomas, Carlton Palmer, holding, sitting as the pivots. Andy Sinton playing in the 10. Les Ferdinand up front causing real problems. That's the sort of thing that you need to be looking at. It's that sort of thinking. Got to squeeze that talent into the side. I just don't trust him, to be honest with you. I don't trust Southgate. I should do, but I don't. It's those lips. Those lips, that nose, I mean glass houses. Anyone who can't cheer convincingly, not for me. Mind you, it could be worse. Could have somebody else in charge. God, imagine if a fool like that was in charge of the country. Saw him on the Question Time Leaders debate this week. It was like watching a very, very bad children's entertainer struggle for half an hour. And then at the end, he said one thing that got a ripple of applause. I think it was about immigration. There's something about protecting our borders. And then like a child at Christmas who makes an adult laugh, he then retells that joke 20 times to get the same response. No doubt we'll be hearing that again. Now, as I walk into Lemo, I am harbouring at the back of my mind a fairly dirty secret. I've ordered 2 new pairs of trainers this week, both on Klarna, so I haven't yet funded them. But I can't put that off forever. I've gone for a pair of pink New Balance Rebel 4s, and I've also gone for a pair of Adidas SL2, because all over the internet people are saying they're the best shoes for under £100. What will happen is that I'll keep them under my bed like some sort of filthy magazine with a teenage boy, and just try them on occasion. Stand in the full-length mirror, extending both calves, seeing what they look like. Then one of the kids will say something that'll tug at my heartstrings about not being able to afford to go on holiday this year, and I'll send them back. I'll send one of them back. Not the kids, I'm talking about the trainers. So, right, this race. Let's get down there and see what the toilet situation's looking like, shall we? Oh, there's the River Lem. Actually, to be fair, I should just sit on this balustrade here and just put my effluent directly into the river. That's what the sewage companies seem to be doing these days. Oh, bit of politics. So, that was a bit of comedy there at the park toilets. I decided to actually visit them today, as opposed to illegally just needlessly dropping stuff around trees and bushes. But yeah, it's one of those comedy sort of soap dispenser hand dryer things. Bloke in front of me just kept putting his hands under the thing, and apparently they were only dispensing soap. So he went soap first, lathered his hands up, no water came out, put his hands under again, more soap, lathered his hands again, put his hands back in, more soap. Honestly, looked like he was working at a car wash by the finish. Not high-fiving him on the way around. Anyway, yeah, at least he's nice and clean. Wow, people are already stood at the start. I need to get in there, get myself a decent place. Now, as many of you will know, myself and my running watch have had an uneasy relationship. The more he finds out about me, the more he knows, the more accurate his timings have become. And I've kind of made it my mission. Now, I've christened my Garmin watch Gove, as in Michael Gove, someone who works to skullduggerously bring you down from the inside. And today, I've predicted 1:28. I want to go under an hour and a half. Gove thinks I'm going to go slightly quicker. He's gone with 1:27.17. So it remains to be seen who will be the victor amongst us. There's Rich having a limber. Hi, mate.
Morning, morning.
You well?
Not too bad, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. You were doing, is this a regular feature?
It was my first half marathon ever last year, so
Right.
I kind of felt obliged to come back.
Yeah, it has that kind of like, you know, traditional feel about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I assume he's going to go first.
Yeah. Oh, it is, everybody.
It'll be a 5 minutes, I think. Don't go.
I think that's a no. I couldn't work out, was it no or yes? No! Holy Oh, here he is.
He's just being an asshole.
Look at his face. They killjoy. I see. I've seen him loads of times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he always does this race.
He's fantastic.
Yeah. Right, here we go. Right, we're in. Good luck, Ryan. Good luck.
Good luck, boys.
Good luck, boys. Right, in Bizzo. We are off to remember bits of this now. Now I think that's Melissa. There they are. Hey, get in there, legends. Thank you. You can see by my top, it didn't go that well. There they are, Magic Mike. Now all this, just so that you can get to London 10 minutes quicker. Who would want to? Before I start moaning about this is hard and it's hot. Big shout out to my friend Lisa Hodgkinson, the Hodge, who has run this every year, but he's not very well at the moment, so speedy recovery at least. See you next year. Never mind the bubbles, stop fly tipping. Her cheek standing out there like that, blowing bubbles. Now, in honour of the fact that I finally met Gaz this morning, who's been a loyal member of the MARM Army for 2 years, only just got up with him, I'm going to take you on a throwback this morning. Now, a couple of years ago, I found my way onto a Facebook page of the Broadway village in the Cotswolds. It was an accident and they haven't removed me. Since then, I've been posting as if a villager, trying to make mischief whenever I can. Sometimes I push it too far, sometimes I don't. This is what's been going on in Broadway this week. Your X is behind you. I can confidently tell you my exit looked like that. It's lovely what they've done with the place. He'll grow back. There they are! There they are! Let's go! There's my boss. Wilhelmina, Trilby and Haddy were led down a discreet slipway to immerse themselves in the river, out of sight of the rich and fashionable, taking the waters before the waters themselves went out of fashion.
That was that. Hello, mate.
Hello, buddy.
Hello, mate. Yeah, good to see you.
Cheers.
Fucking amazing.
Wowzers, thank you.
That's a cool moment, isn't it, Finley? Thank you. You get it?
What do you mean? I don't know, 125, 26.
Oh,
What did you get?
I got a PB, 125.23, so it's 2-second PB, but we'll get it, man.
Well done,
mate,
mate.
I've got to hand it to you. I can hear you like commentating in the background.
Chatting crap.
Yeah, well, I heard about HS2, yeah.
Right, I'm going to go and try and find Bob. I think that was I don't know, 26, maybe something like that, which actually would be a personal best on this course, I think, which isn't actually too bad. But there we go, look, we've got all the stalls there, and down here I think there's a t-shirt, right? But I got sent a passive aggressive, it wasn't even passive aggressive, it was just aggressive, an email at the start of this week just saying, you have been identified as someone who has not paid for a t-shirt. Please do not pick up that t-shirt. Pick that t-shirt up and you'll be picking up your teeth with a broken arm. There he is, look.
Hey, Christo.
He's really excited, wasn't he? You could tell. He's really he's caught up in the moment. Right, so you're going to take me to this coffee shop then?
We're going. We're off.
Excellent. Look at this though. We were talking earlier, and there is actually a frighteningly good atmos at this race, isn't there? I think
it's
one of the
nice.
best.
It was very sweet. There was a chap who run past and sort of picked his kid up and put him on the shoulders.
I don't really know what to make of that, to be honest with you. In fact, given the fact that he technically went across the line with a minor who hadn't paid, I'd be very disappointed they didn't disqualify him.
No, and I hope they do, and I hope they, use the full force of the law. What's the next phrase? The full force of the appropriate authorities.
Oh, okay. Wow. I was very disappointed that there was a full netball team halfway.
Okay.
They were rather gratuitously flaunting themselves.
Oh, I see.
Which I thought was disappointing.
Yeah.
It was completely unnecessary. Actually spoilt it for me, to be honest.
Ruined the day.
I'm always really surprised when I do Leamington because it's a lot hillier than I remember, and the heat was really oppressive today, so I'm really chuffed with that time. Now it does actually mean that Gove has won, because if I was saying I was going to do it in 1 hour 28 and Gove said 1 hour 27:17 and I've gone a lot under that, then Gove has won. But I don't mind that victory because at the end of the day I'm the winner. So that's brilliant. I have been for a lovely little coffee with Bob, Tash, their son Christo, and of course the Jack Russell patch. That was fantastic, and now I'm heading home to both shower and go to another coffee shop with my daughters. Although I suspect what I'll probably have to do is lurk around at the entrance, maybe hide around some shelving so that they feel slightly independent. I'm going to get arrested for this before too long. I will see you for the second of 5 in 4 next week. See you in Droitwich.